Hey everybody, welcome back to another video. Soil here, and today I want to teach you how you can use VWAP, volume weighted average price. VWAP is one of the best and most effective indicators for intraday trading, and it's very popular among day traders and scalpers. If you're interested to learn this awesome indicator, stay tuned and let's get started. Alright, here we go. We got VWAP indicator on the chart. It's actually an overlay and it's overlaid on the chart, as you can see. It may look similar to moving averages, but it's totally different. And as the name indicates, it's the average price weighted by volume. So volume also plays a role in this indicator. And besides averaging the closing prices during the given time period, it also puts emphasis on the periods with higher volume. The formula and calculations for this indicator is very simple, and I don't intend to get into the calculations because in practice you don't need it, and VWAP is already available in most of trading platforms, and you just need to learn how to interpret this indicator and use it for trading. Anyway, if you're curious about the calculations or you want to develop an algorithm based on this indicator and you need the formula and calculations, just simply search in the Google and you'll find it in many websites. Please pay attention that VWAP is used for intraday trading, and if you change the time frame to 1 day, 1 week or more, it will not be available. The calculation of this indicator starts from the beginning of each day separately, and for 24 hours market like Forex or crypto market, since they are usually based on UTC time, the calculation of VWAP is started when a new day actually starts based on the time zone. If you noticed on the charts, you've clearly seen that somewhere near end of the previous day and starting of next day, VWAP suddenly falls or advances sharply depending on the prior direction. It's usually nearly vertical, but can be any angles or sizes based on the strength of the prior move. And then the VWAP moves very closely to the price action, and after that, the further the VWAP goes, the more this indicator moves forward in the day, the smoother it becomes and it reacts less to the price movement. The reason for this is that VWAP gives the average prices in a trading day, and the later we look at the VWAP in a day, the more periods the indicator has used to calculate the average, so making it smoother, and usually it needs a bigger pressure to do a movement. This indicator works well in lower time frames. Actually, the longer the time frame, the less reliable and effective it becomes. 15 minutes and lower are the most commonly used time frames for this indicator, and we continue with 5 minutes time frame in this video. Alright, now let's see how we interpret this indicator and how we can use it for trading. When working with this indicator, it's better to skip the opening periods of the market where the VWAP line is not smooth yet and moves very closely to the price movement, unless you have other tools and strategies in hand for trading in the opening hours of markets like stock market or Forex, where in the opening hours of the market, the price is crazy because of very high trading volume and overnight news and fundamentals. Alright, getting back to VWAP, the first signal that we can get from VWAP is VWAP breakout. Generally, when the price goes above the VWAP line, it means that the bulls were strong enough and managed to push the price higher than the average value. So when the price breaks above the VWAP line, like what happened here, it's a buy signal or it's a signal for opening a long position. And as long as that the price remains above the VWAP line, we can say that buying pressure is higher than selling pressure, and the market participants are buying above the average price of the day because of a reason. And when the price goes below the VWAP line, like this part of the chart, it indicates that the bears were strong enough and managed to drive the price lower than the average value. So when the price breaks below the VWAP line, it's a sell signal or a signal for opening a short position. As long as that the price remains below the VWAP line, it shows that selling pressure is higher than buying pressure. Because of a reason, the market participants are selling below the average price of the day. In another example, you can see that here the price crosses below the VWAP line, which gives us the opportunity of opening a short position, and here the price crosses above the VWAP line, providing us a buy signal. The VWAP line also acts as support and resistance levels. For example, when the price is already above the VWAP line and starts to falling, when it reaches to VWAP line acts as a support level. You can see on this chart, when the price reaches to VWAP line, it stops and then bounces because VWAP line shows the total average price for the day weighted by volume, which buyers see that level as a fair value to buy, so they start to buy, and it causes increase in demand, which results bouncing of the price, and we see that the price advances after touching the VWAP line. And on the other hand, when the price is already below the VWAP line and starts to advance, when it reaches to VWAP line acts as a resistance level. You can clearly see on this chart that when the price reaches the VWAP line, it stops and then fall, because as I said, VWAP line shows volume weighted average price for the day, which sellers see that level of price good to sell, so they start to sell, and this causes increase in supply, which results falling of the price, and we see that the price decline after touching the VWAP line. Please pay attention that when the price breaks the VWAP line, for example breaks above the VWAP line and increases in that way, that means that the bullish trend is very strong. But if this happens in a short period of time, which means having a sharp steep move like what the price did here after touching the VWAP line, this can also mean that the price is far from its average value in that day, and there is a possibility that the price is gonna fall and reach to its average value, which is the VWAP line. Why this happens? Because when the price is far above the average value of that day, sellers see it a good deal and start to sell, and this causes increase in supply, which results in declining of the price. This situation is a kind of like overbought reading that we get from oscillators, showing that the price is going to decline either as a correction before any further continuation of the advance, or maybe end of the current movement. The same goes when the price moves sharply below the VWAP line, indicating the price is far below the average price, and this can show the possibility that the price may advance and reach to its average value of the day, which is VWAP line. The reason this happens is because when the price is far below the average price of the day, buyers see it a good deal, so the buying pressure increases, and this causes increase in demand, which results in advancing of the price. This situation is like oversold reading we get from oscillators, indicating that the price is going to stop and advance either as a correction before any further continuation of the declining, or maybe end of the current movement like what happened here. VWAP is a great indicator because it takes into account both of price and volume together, and it gives more weight to price levels that have higher volume, so you can understand the price points of interest. But please pay attention that you shouldn't only use VWAP for trading, and you must use this indicator in conjunction with other tools and concepts of technical analysis for more confirmation. Alright, that's it. Thank you for watching this video. If you have any questions, feel free to ask and leave a comment for me. I'll answer your questions as soon as possible. If you found any value in this video, please like it. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and hit the bell so you get the notifications of my new videos. See you guys in next video, and good luck with your trading.